Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Wednesday market webcast. Okay, we talked yesterday about a few different areas that we were looking at. We talked about the need for the bulls to get over the top of the monthly pivot of that 38.70 area, deal with 39.10, which was Globex from Monday, and then you had this June 27, June 28 high area at 39.50, which coincided with the red line here with the 50-day exponential moving average, which is also coming in at 39.50. And if they could deal with 39.10, that 39.50 was basically what was going to be next. That's essentially how it played out. You had for the first time in a while, yesterday was a straight up, by the book, trend up day. The advanced decline line was pinned above 450 for the majority of the day, and it just went up and it kept going. So we took a long. The opens have been choppy. This one was choppy for about 15, 20, going on 25 minutes, between 70 and 76. 176 converted. We were able to get involved in around the 78, 79 area, and we held that, rolled that up most of the day. And that turned into a nice 60 handle runner for everybody. At the same time, there were some opportunities with the 5-minute mid-band later in the day, and we were able to get that into another long. So we just carried a couple of longs all day. What we didn't do was fight price. And whether this ends up coming in, whether we've kind of broken out of this little consolidation area that we discussed yesterday, that all remains to be seen. The bears are certainly fighting back and pushing back into the 50-day simple moving average, which is at 39.21.25. And we'll have to see how that plays out as we get into the regular session. So whether we're breaking out or whether this is just the next in a little bit of a rally that's going to get knocked down and we make a lower low, what you cannot do is when price gets trendy, either to the upside or the downside, to sit around and throw darts at highs or throw darts at lows and try to, outwit price. You're not going to outsmart the market. It doesn't give a flip about you. And when AD pins like that, you got to get involved with the trend, ride the trend, makes your life a hell of a lot easier. Take a couple of longs or a couple of shorts if it's a trend down, and just off you go. No reason to hyper trade and try to guess about where things are going to end. Short-term levels, let's look at the hourly real fast. So we talked about it, it had a couple of looks Friday at the hourly mid. It broke it nicely. Globex Monday. This is where we based going into yesterday, but it never really gave it a look. Bought it here once it dealt with monthly pivot, and that's 9 o'clock hour, confirmed in the 10 o'clock hour, you trended all the way up to 39.64 in Globex. Europe has brought it back in. We're below the hourly mid-band now, but what happens from here remains to be seen. Short-term levels, you got hourly mid 39.44, volume weighted average price 39.43. Our proprietary moving average is 39.35. We already talked about the 50-day simple at 39.21. As we go into today, I would expect the 39.45, 39.50 area to get a look from underneath. What do the bears need to do? They need to hold that in. They need to create a lower high from that 45 to 50 area, and then they're going to have to get back below that monthly pivot. Nobody is going to call the bears anything but noise above 38.70. They have to push back. What do the bulls need to do? You need to convert 39.50. You need to convert the 50-day exponential. If you can do that, then you can lift it up towards 4,000. And at that point, it actually gets a little bit interesting as far as what the rest of July is going to look like into August. One more quick look at the daily. You've just had this consolidation. This is the first real, with this move over 39.50. This is the first real potential for it to break out. The bands, again, are tight. They're certainly tight relative to where they've been in 2022. You've got a Bollinger Band is coming in today at 5.44. Yesterday was 5.38. As far as 2022 is concerned, where do we get here? 6. Yeah, this is the tightest the bands have been in calendar year 2022. Now, compression begets expansion. What kind of expansion? Well, I mean, you've got to really think that once it gets back up into this churn area, if we are heading higher, and that's a big if in this type of environment, that it's going to give it a pause. I don't think we go straight to the 100-day here, don't pass go, don't collect $200. I think it's going to be a slog unless you get some news that really opens things up. If they want to bring it in, then it's going to revert back to the middle area, around 38.50, and deal with the daily mid and kind of go from there. So if this is just a false breakout, going to come right back in. And then we'll continue to churn. Now, the nice part is, just from a pure trading perspective, you want to go from 39.30 to 38.50? Great. There's plenty of handles in there to be had. So it's still a very good trading tape. If you don't overtrade it and don't overthink it and, just kind of deal with it. So today will be a very important day. Are we about to break out, or do we revert back into the mean? All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Be safe, be healthy, take care, trade them well, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.